Welcome to Storytime with Grandad. This is The Brave Tin Soldier by Emma Fucci, published by Phidal Publishing. There was once a little boy who received a set of tin soldiers as a birthday gift. Each had been made from the melted tin of the very same spoon. They all looked identical in their distinguished red and blue uniforms. All that is, except for one who only had one leg, as there had not been enough tin left to make him another. On that one leg, the tin soldier stood just as noble, perhaps even more so, than his brothers did on their two legs. The little boy adored his tin soldiers, but he liked the one-legged tin soldier best of all. At the end of the day, he gathered them up and returned them to their box for the night. Now, everybody knows that when people are out of sight, toys come out to play. This time was no different. Toys throughout the playroom popped out of their boxes and baskets, and there were games, dancing, and battles galore. But the one-legged tin soldier's attention was elsewhere. A beautiful music box sat on the mantelpiece nearby, and it enchanted him. As he looked up at it, something even more interesting caught his attention: a lovely ballerina. With her arms outstretched and one of her legs raised high under her sparkling blue tutu, the beautiful ballerina stood on only one leg. "Why, she's just like me," thought the tin soldier. He couldn't take his eyes off her. Suddenly, at the stroke of midnight, a mean-looking troll popped out of the box and spotted the tin soldier for the first time. He followed the soldier's gaze and said, "Don't you know it's rude to stare, soldier? Better keep your eyes to yourself or something bad might happen. Just wait and see." In the morning, when the children came downstairs to play, the tin soldier was forgotten on the sill of an open window, and he was now further away from the ballerina. He could still admire her from his spot, and what a sight she was. The tin soldier was so smitten by the lovely ballerina that he wasn't paying much attention to anything else. He didn't notice that it was a very blustery day outside. Suddenly, before he knew it, the tin soldier was swept up in a gust of wind and carried out the window. As he fell from a great height and landed on the street outside, he remembered the nasty troll's warning. Two little boys walking by spotted the tin soldier lying on the sidewalk. "Look, a tin soldier!" one of them cried. "Let's make a paper boat and send him off to sea," exclaimed the other. "Look at that! He's only got one leg." The two boys made a paper boat out of the newspaper, and in it went the tin soldier. They placed the boat in the gutter, let go, and with that, the tin soldier sailed off downstream. The current was strong from the morning rain, and the flimsy paper boat whirled about dangerously. But the tin soldier was brave and didn't flinch even once. Up ahead loomed the opening of a drain to the sewer. Before the tin soldier could consider escaping, the paper boat whooshed down the chute of water into the darkness of the underground tunnel. "Where am I now?" wondered the tin soldier. "If the ballerina were here with me, I wouldn't mind the darkness." The roar of the water was loud and alarming. The boat rushed on down the stream, swept up in the current. Suddenly, the tin soldier discovered he wasn't alone. "Who goes there?" sneered a filthy sewer rat. "Stop!
Stop at once! You haven't shown your passport!"
The tin soldier didn't have a passport, and even if he did, there was no time to show it to the mean sewer rat. He was going too fast. Up ahead there was a break in the blackness of the underground. Daylight. The tunnel was coming to an end. As the paper boat neared the end of the tunnel, it whirled dangerously, and water began to pour in over the sides. Soon the tin soldier heard a terrible roar that became louder and louder as he sailed toward the light. It was a waterfall. At the end of the drain pipe, the tin soldier was shot out of the boat. As he plummeted toward the canal below, he thought once again of the pretty ballerina and how he might not ever see her again. The tin soldier sank deeper and deeper into the water, when suddenly he was snatched up and swallowed by a large fish in one big gulp. "Now where am I?" wondered the tin soldier, for there was no light whatsoever inside the fish's belly. Anyone else would have been very scared indeed, but the tin soldier was brave. As the fish swam along, sometimes quickly and other times more slowly, the tin soldier was jostled to and fro inside the fish's belly. Without warning, the fish suddenly became still. The tin soldier could do nothing but wait. After some time, a flash of light appeared, and soon the tin soldier saw daylight once more. "I don't believe it!" exclaimed the mother of the boy whose tin soldier it was. "It's the tin soldier! How funny that he ended up in the belly of a fish we bought at the market!" With that, she picked up the tin soldier and brought him to the playroom to show her oldest son what she had found inside the fish's belly. He was amazed. What an adventure for a tin soldier! The tin soldier was placed next to his fellow comrades on the playroom table. They silently saluted their lost brother. What luck to end up back at the very same place. Then, across the room, he spotted the pretty ballerina, who stood lovelier than ever, in the very same position, with one of her legs raised under her tutu. He had never been happier to see her, and loved her now more than ever. Without warning, the little boy's younger brother stormed in, upset that he couldn't find his favorite toy. He reached down and grabbed the first thing he saw and angrily launched it into the fire that blazed in the fireplace. It was the tin soldier. "Oh dear," thought the tin soldier as he felt the heat from the flames begin to melt him. That nasty troll was right. Suddenly, the window from which he had first fallen swung open with a gust of wind, and the lovely paper ballerina was also blown into the fire beside the tin soldier. For a fleeting moment they stood together, and the next she was gone. Some time later, the children's father came to clean the fireplace and collect the ashes. There was nothing left of the tin soldier and the paper ballerina, but there, lying on top of the pile of ashes, lay a little red heart made of tin. And that's the story of the brave tin soldier. Written by Emma Fucci, published by Phidal Publishing.